Chapter 4. Savory, sweet, crackling wafts of thick sausages frying in a pan over the fireplace woke them up. There was butter for the wedges of toast, and marmalade and purple jam, cool, crisp, and sweet, watermelon slices, and a bubbly, cheesy breakfast bake coming out of a little oven the attic keeper had recycled from somewhere in the academy kitchen. Chilled glasses of juices in a variety of colors waited close by. She spread out the platters of these bits and pieces and said, "You'll need good nutrition to get to work. Saving the academy is going to be hard work, and I've got work to get back to as well." She glanced over at her blank sketchbook. Got a bit of artist's block going on. She sighed and sat down to her tasks. Attic keeper pulled out the breakfast bake using two thick and mismatched socks as pot holders so she could carry the hot pan safely back to her work table. The Muses woke up bleary-eyed, realized where they were, facing a giant white cat with carnivorous jowls, a vacuous storm that had quieted just a little but not enough, and realized that they were hungry, deeply famished. They dug into the hot, savory, and filling meal before them. Attic keeper poured a cup of steaming Jamaican cinnamon blend coffee from a percolated pot on a hot plate in the corner, which was decorated with a large sign that read, "Cup of Joe Cafe." An Art Deco bicycle was the logo. The Muses munched away in quiet, with a squeak of glee, a sigh of delicious joy, as they filled themselves with flavor and restoration. Attic keeper said only one sentence during the entire meal, and that was after she had drained her candy cane-striped mug of its earthy beverage. "If you want to stay here at the academy, you'll have to save it first. And to do that, you'll need to have a good idea, or two, or more. And there are old ideas down in the basement that maybe could be recycled into something. I don't know, but there you have it." The Muses gulped and choked a bit at the thought of the basement. "But we don't ever go down to the basement," said Artie. "We don't know what's in there." "She just told us what's in there. Don't be a weenie," Ponderous stated. "We're going down to the basement to see what's there." Ponderous rather took the lead. So they left the warmth and comfort of the attic and slid on the stairway, banisters down the 4 floors of classrooms, dormitories, libraries, museums, performance halls, recording and film studios to the basement door. It was a quiet and lonesome slide. Empty rooms, empty halls, silent echoes in the space that used to be filled with joyous sounds of creativity and progress, friends and teachers. At the basement door, they realized the darkness in front of them and recalled the vacuous who were tricksters, and maybe they lay in wait and ran up the banister back to safety. But Storm met them, and with her cold, wet nose, nudged them back in a downward direction. That was as if to say, "This is your duty. Do your duty." They slid, landed on their furry bums on the bottom step, and with joy said hello to the light. The light emanated from baskets of scrolls of old ideas, burgeoning with promise, like the fiddleheads of a new generation of ferns, and fertile soil from which sprouted new baby ideas, waiting for a gardener with certain imagination. A scroll in Latin hung on the wall, facing them. "Carpe Imagi," it read. Another scroll on the wall said, "Words change things." Another scroll that had been unrolled and pinned to the wall read, "You can get through anything if you have a good idea." The basement room was dark, except for some kind of a glow coming from one side, and that was enough to see that the basement was old, with dried old wood along the sides, cracked with age, and a dirt floor with some rocks scattered here and there. An unfinished storage basement, and scary as all get out. Then they heard a squeak from a corner. A muse named Teki emerged, looking quizzical and somewhat tenuous beneath his virtual reality goggles. I've been working out an app for this old idea garden, discarded ideas, but the memory chips are still there. This app will... Whoa! The muses all jumped back together. Tiki's VR goggles and app had morphed, had changed. They were no longer just a pair of virtual reality goggles with a large smartphone attached, but something Teki called virtual blurry reality. The reality contrived on the screen became the reality truly experienced. Blurred the lines of reality, blurred and became a portal. Wow, I can really create reality, Tiki said. Blurred the lines of reality. It's a portal. It creates new realities, new worlds, and they come through the screen and become a real reality, not a digital one. VR blurry. So cool. My own invention. I just invented something so cool. I can't believe I did it. I did it. Digital reality is created. It becomes organic reality. Really cool. Tiki barely finished his sentence when suddenly a chilly, cold suction force came whooshing. Dark forms flooded the room, blinded the light, and it became cold, very cold, and a feeling of emptiness sucked out anything that formerly had felt alive. The Vacas had found their way in. Quick, run, escape, back up to the attic. But there was no escape back up there. The Vacas were right there, blocking the staircase and the exit back up to the attic. They had no choice but to be just where they were. The shrilly Vacas vocalized first. Now do you see that you need to surrender and come away with us? Only we can protect you. You have been so lazy and goofy and troubled for so long, and you are on the precipice of demise. You have been completely abandoned, and only we can redeem you and make you worthy of what it is you want. Come with us now and do exactly what you are told to do. Now, obey. A silent, slippery one slithered into the back of the Vaca storm, where it hovered, with just a hint of a nervous tick, and then it silently slipped under a rock in the corner, watching, waiting, menacing. The merging one coiled up and over and around them, with leech-like suction cup lips that kissed them and licked them up and down and all around. You are me, and I am you, it said. You will see that this is true. The bulldozer one ordered the muses by stomping its wet, stubby tail on the basement floor, which kicked up quite a dirt and dust cloud. Come with us now. Obey or vanish. Obey or become invisible. And the whooshing, loudly Vacus made a flourish in a sing-song voice. We understand you. We do, and only we do. Only we can. But you can work for us, and then we'll need you. Thud, thud, whoosh, whoosh, shrill, shrill, mush, mush. The muses did not move. They did not speak. They closed their windows on the inside. The merging one said, they used to be so nice, too. Such a shame the way they turned out. Think they're better than us. Well, they'll be sorry when we're gone. What a pity to put so much into such things that really just can't seem to get anywhere. Well, we can do better elsewhere. We'll just find some other muses to take to our loving care. They'll need us. They'll appreciate us. You'll see. The bulldozer Bacchus murmured in a thick, low, joyless voice. Let him learn the hard way. Then silence as the menacing one spoke. It turned the room into an ice block of cold, calculated threat. We'll take you anyway. You just won't realize it when it happens. And then it slid back under its rock. Tiki fumbled with his VRB goggles. He tapped the VRB screen. This isn't written into the program, he said softly, but something is happening real differently than before. Look! He pointed to his VRB screen, and all the Bacchus stood still for a moment as the VR screen filled up with the ideas in their baskets, and little seedling idea scrolls popped out of them. The parent scrolls and the seed scrolls took root in the basement floor and bloomed and blossomed and flourished into tropical colors, lush and luminous, and brightly unfurled their scrolls into brand new, ready to pick ideas.